So, cut.
When it comes to audiovisual production, this is GeoMedial's main working horse. It is a SONY FS-100 seamless sensor camera with an interchangeable lens system. The most versatile lens we have in stock is the 18 to 200mm, but there are others: prime glasses, macros, different zooms. The camera has a 3.5-inch viewfinder, and you can position it left or right, even completely turn it around, clip it into the chassis and look down on it. You also got a monocular viewfinder that sits neatly over the top of the screen and clips on, giving you a magnified view. It allows you to make fine focus adjustments with ease, but it is a bit cumbersome. The monocular viewfinder also has a hinge, so you can attach it and then flip it up or down, depending on what you're shooting. With the monocular finder attached, the whole thing is easily moved from side to side. So you need to be quite gentle with it, although there is a wheel on top of the unit which will stiffen the viewfinder to keep it where you set it. You can add an omnidirectional microphone and handle attachment at the top, plugging the XLR cable to the channel input number 1 into the side of the camera. You can connect the receiver unit of your remote lavalier microphone to the second XLR entry port to the rear, channel number 2. Each audio entry port is marked with a number, which is identical with the numbering of the audio channels in your display. You have to separate audio tracks manually in post-production. At the back of the camera there is a notch, allowing you to listen in to each individual channel, separately or in stereo. You can add a hand grip, which screws neatly onto the side of the camera body. You can adjust the angle of the grip to suitable preference. It has remote start-stop button. What you immediately notice about the FS-100 is that it's absolutely covered in buttons across two faces. Here are the lens type functions, the camera controls. Here on top are the audio and playback controls. Let's run through the controls, which also at first glance look quite intimidating. They are actually well thought through and with reasonable ergonomics. The lens doesn't have an iris control ring on it. The E-series lenses, which we are using here, have an electronic iris, which in this camera is adjusted here. And there's a button below to instantly select auto iris. There is an expanded focus button and a switch to select manual autofocus. Finally, there is a push button here for selecting automatic focus. Moving to the rear of the camera body, what you can see is that there are actually 6 buttons along the top. Zebra histogram or waveform monitor, smooth flow recording, which enables the high-speed recording. You have peaking, markers on-off, and a last scene button for reviewing the last clip. You have a gain, shutter, slow motion, which ranges from 1 to 50 frames per second. There is a white balance selection and there is a white balance button just behind. Now the menu is selected here, and its sump wheel allows you to scroll through the menu functions. You can choose picture profiles here, and you can choose information you display on the LCD with this button. And finally, there is a full auto or manual slider button. It is highly recommended to shoot on auto if you are not yet familiar with all these terms and settings. You have all your audio controls with mic or line input. It is best to keep audio on manual and use the level controls for fine adjustments, making sure that the audio is not peaking. Your audio is peaking if the audio level display starts turning red. To the right, there is a section that allows you recording and playback. The volume of your headphones is also controlled here. With the expanded focus function, you get 2 times magnification of what you see in the viewfinder. Combine it with the peaking function and you will have certainty about things being in focus. Both features are really useful to be used in combination. You can adjust your focus by switching to manual focus and turning the focus wheel on the lens.
The images created by this FS-100 is fantastic because this sensor was purely developed for the motion picture in the video.
From my point of view, it had to be reliable, easy to use, long recording time, and the backup of data on 2 devices preferably, because we're paranoid about losing that because we've only got the one shot.
I'm going to be looking at this camera with very, very eager excitement because it is going to give you that 35mm cinema look in a video camera.